Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good
So,
afternoon, sir.
sir,
Yeah. Good afternoon. How are you?
Fine, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
yes, sir.
So everybody is welcome for this seminar, and I think you can start your presentation. You can introduce the topic, and you can start your presentation.
Yes, sir. I'll be
So,
sharing my screen in a moment, sir.
okay. Till then, I think you can introduce the subject. What is the subject, and then you can. So meanwhile, use this gap when the screen is coming. You can introduce the subject.
Yes, sir. So, sir, our project is about identification of criminals using facial recognition, their gait, their vehicles, or their clothing, sir. Many of these factors, basically. And so, the name we gave our project is DAY, Doshi Anveshan Yantr, and this is our abstract, sir. Because as we all know that the biggest hurdle in police investigations is the evidence collection against the criminals, because our
Okay.
court of law requires a court of law says that everybody is innocent until proven guilty. So taking smart use of technology will reduce this time to a fraction of the time the police takes as of now to collect evidence. Here,
Okay.
sir, our project can help the police to identify the criminals using their facial features, their facial expressions, their body mass index, their gait, apparel, and it can also help what you call predict criminal clusters, hotspots, etc. And the
Okay.
last part of our project, sir, it was to come up with a way of identifying the proper evidence and packaging it with certain certificates such as certificate of integrity, admissibility, and a chain of command in a short duration of time.
Okay.
So, sir, some of the methodologies which we will use for what you call our project, sir, are YOLO for vehicle detection, HAR cascade for number plate detection, for the vehicles of the certain criminal or somebody, and the facial recognition to recognize the culprit, and facial expression identification to recognize their mood and what you call expressions, because there's a certain way people react in such situations. You can also judge by their mood or their expression whether they are in distress or they're calm, etc. Yes, sir, that's our presentation, sir. This document, sir, which we have, it's identical to our presentation. It's just our project documentation, which we have uploaded to Google Drive, which is shared by our college. This is just a accumulation of what we are going to do, all the papers we have referred to, and stuff like that, sir. Hello, sir. Ashrit, is sir there?
Guys, I think Sir has some connectivity issues. Sir has left the studio. He'll be rejoining soon.
Sure, sure. Hello, sir.
Yeah. There was some problem, so I was out probably. Yeah. So
Sir,
you can.
can you?
Yeah. I now I can see because earlier there was some issue, so I didn't see anything. I could just see up to your face expression and the details. And now that you can. Yeah. Yes. Go ahead.
Should I start the presentation, sir?
Yeah. Please.
So, sir, our project, the name we gave our project is DAY, or Doshi Anvenshan Yantra. And
Okay.
our project, what you call, is mainly based around identification of criminals using their facial expressions, the clothes they wear, the chains or whatever, their vehicles, their gait, etc. Sir, the way our project will help the police.
Basically, we can say that we will be using all in conjunction. So the face is 1,
Yes, sir.
facial expression is 2.
Yes, sir.
Then it is focusing on clothes also.
Yes, sir.
Then it is
Their apparel,
focusing
basically.
on the accessories, vehicle, and it
Yes,
will
sir.
try to capture wherever is required the 360-degree image also.
Yes, sir. Sir, but
So
there
the
will be
front
variable
camera,
degrees, sir.
just a minute. Some front camera is capturing something. Say if it is a vehicle. So in a particular image, we might be having front view, then second, rear view or side views. So we will try to get almost 360-degree to the extent possible.
Yes, sir.
Then probably we would like to focus on even the peculiarity, whether it is on accessory or whether it is on vehicle. Those marks will be identified and they will be kept as a peculiarities to be used for identification. So
Yes,
this
sir.
will be little a smarter identification system.
Yes, sir. But there will be variable degrees, sir, because the most trusted way you can identify a person is by their face recognition and by their gait or by their vehicle. These three will be the main proponents.
No. You are not really getting it. I mean, let me tell you, it is a basically data creation module first, right?
Yes,
Here
sir.
you forget about that person where he is committing the crime and that kind of things. You just forget that at the moment. Now you presume that you are living in a cluster, you are living in a surroundings, and that surroundings are having CCTV system, IoT devices to capture these things, right?
Yes, sir.
The purpose is here to identify targets, identify his associates, identify what he wears. Say if he is wearing different kind of the Googles, then the Googles will be as attributes and that will be saved, right? Say if you are sometime wearing a shirt, that shirt will become a attribute and that will be then saved with the date and time. If we are using the same shirt again, then it will be basically creating a frequency chart that this has been used on this date, this time. If some associate is going with you, associate would also be identified and it will be saved along with the date and time. I will elaborate. It is a more of the gathering information because person is moving out from the criminal cluster. At that time, he has not committed any crime. Probably he might be moving out from his residence to commit a crime. So it is a methodology whereby we are trying to develop basically what we should say. We are trying to create a database which we will be using as per our requirement.
Sir, I have a
Is
doubt.
this
Can I
point
ask a question?
is this point clear to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So basically here when you are talking, you have to dissociate these two things: criminal committing crime and capturing the attributes of the criminal. And when we talk of the attributes, I mean face, I mean facial expression, I mean clothes, I mean baggage and accessories, I mean vehicle, and I mean his associates, right? Now, when we are talking of individual item, we will try to capture 360-degree view of that to the extent possible. If not in one go, since we will be keep on getting the images various times, so sometime we will get the image from the different degree, and then we will capture along with that attributes. So we will become the repository of information about a criminal. Then we want to really want to create some kind of the correlation. See, if he is using a search and a search he is using at the time of committing a crime. Sometimes do feel that people feel if they wear this kind of cloth, this color cloth, probably it is lucky for them to do certain activity. So the similar way, even criminal also feels if they wear a particular cloth of this type, probably they will be successful in committing crime. So we would like to capture these details, and we would like to build our database, and this database then we will put to the different kind of the data mining, whether we can draw certain inferences. It means a person is moving out by identifying his associate, by identifying who all are going along with him, can be inferred that it is an indication of he is going to commit a crime. Probably the timing of moving out may be an important issue. So, how he is moving out, his facial expression could be the another way, the vehicle and associate could be the third. Now, we would like to, when we will be mapping with the crime, and we would like to then and historically look into this fact that how basically he prepares himself for the crime. And if we could identify, say the person say is going to commit crime, say he commit the crime say at say 6 o'clock, right? Let's presume that when little it is neither the dark, it is not even broad daylight, or 6:30, or so that little darkness and that kind of thing. And if we say know that these person join hand and they go and they move out at 6 o'clock. So if he is moving at 6 o'clock, he's just moving out from his home. But our system will indicate that there's a chances that he might be moving to commit a crime, because we are working on 5 certainties: certainty of reporting, certainty of detection, certainty of conviction, and the fourth certainty is certainty of prevention. So lot of data is being captured and it is being put into the database so that we can work on this fourth certainty, certainty of prevention. And we can only prevent a crime if our data could tell us, hey, these criminals are likely to commit crime. Now they are just coming out of their home, they have not done anything explicitly, then we will be in position to really ensure that certainty we are assuring to the public. Here, over the period, we will be compiling this data, and then we will try to identify that what is the generally basically modus operandi, how they really operate, who are the associate, and what could be inferred that they now going to commit crime. Then from a database and from the CDR, we might be having the route chart, which route generally they prefer. So even we can give the advanced tasking to our CCTV systems and route, and IoT devices and route, that this is the target along with these many associate, and with this vehicle, this he is moving and he is likely to hit your area at this time. So the intermediate node will also confirm, yes, this criminal along with these people along in this vehicle, they have crossed this place. From there, we will keep on, identifying what could be his likely destination. And identifying that likely destination, we would like to deploy our police and even community volunteers proactively and dynamically to block a crime which has not been committed. Is it making sense to you? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello? I am trying to explain that you have to make this kind of, it's this question of extraction is one part. Going in database is second part. Then analytical engines to proactively indicate that this is likely event. Now we are talking in the preventive language, right? Now when crime has been committed, then we will go in a detective language. and we will be having n number of the things with us. So let's presume that criminal, he has changed or he has covered his face. So we need not to worry. We know a number of the things about him. We know his body mass distribution. We know what cloth he is wearing. We know everything. Even if he changes his cloth, if he is using his own cloth, we know how many clothes he is having and how frequently or which cloth generally he uses. So we will be having n number of attribute to confirm our identity. So even when they are disabling us, still we would be in position to establish identity. And now there's another point. Probably the camera, which may be close to incidents, probably that might not be covering it properly. But there will be cameras on the incoming route and outgoing route, from where this finding will be further corroborated. So when we will be doing the analysis, we will be doing analysis which route he is following, how many notes they have captured. That will, each of that will become evidence. Then he has committed some crime, and then he is going out, and the outgoing notes will also be catching. So even he might have committed crime by covering his face, but after some time he might change his face. Number two, he might change even his clothes also. So even if he changes his cloth, we will come to know at the time of going he was wearing this cloth, now he is wearing these clothes, right? Or probably we can have the three clothes, that at the time of going he was wearing this, then he committed the crime, then he was wearing some other clothes, and in between he changed his cloth to just dodge police, and then so those details first has to be captured, then they have to go in database, and then data analytics has to draw these inferences. Am I clear? So, could I make
Yes, sir.
myself clear to you?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Any confusion?
No, sir.
Any confusion?
No, sir. No, sir.
Any question? Because it is very important. Because that will be deciding how we will be making our database. What attributes we will be, or what how the data will be stored. And then whether if it is the same cloth, whether we would like to have multiple images, or we are happy with just date and time and location and saying that this was the cloth. Then we have to talk about the memory it will be consuming. Then we have to talk whether it will be a thumbnail should be good enough for our purpose, or we have to go for a bigger, how much it will be consuming, and how efficiently it will be serving us in future when we are getting some CCTVs footages that is from near scene of crime, or closer to the scene of crime. Is that fine with you?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Okay. Then you may please proceed further.
Yes, sir. So this was our abstract, sir, about our projects, basically, on how it can help improve and facilitate the police in their due process.
Okay.
And sir, here are some of the methodologies we will be using. YOLO
Okay.
for vehicle detection. And
Okay.
even though, for example, let's say that a criminal is using an Activa, Honda Activa, but there are multiple Honda Activas in any given city at any given time. So then we use HAR Cascade for number plate detection to really check if the criminal, it's actually the criminal's car, or it's a stolen car or a stolen vehicle or something like that. And then we will be using facial recognition to recognize the culprit, and facial expression identification to recognize the culprit's mood and expression.
Have you understood that final point which I was trying to make? There's something called peacetime approach and wartime approach. When we are just coolly gathering the details and putting into a database against a criminal, whether they are associate, whether is the face, or whether it's cloth, or whether it's baggage or accessories, or whatever he is wearing, even including his rings or whatever. So whenever it is identifying anything new, it will put it over there. And when there's a repeat use of the same thing, then probably we have to have that we should be in position to identify that it is the same thing which he has used. So if he is using the same vehicle 10 times, then our database should be in position to say, yes, this vehicle has been used 10 times. These are the details. And then can we draw some inference out of it? It means when the crime is committed, at what time and with what vehicle and with what dress he would like to go. And which are the generally associates who will be going for commit crime. So the moment those associates are gathering, probably we might say get some inclination that yes, now the gang is ready to commit some crime. And then our proactive business will start to locate him, even en route. And then our anticipative model will try to identify if he is using this route, then where could be the likely target? Because then you are supposed to move police and community volunteers proactively, because what we are saying, we will not allow the criminal to commit crime in future. When as our database will be getting rich, we will be having the more details, and especially the user, those who are already in our radar and they are on our scanner, it will be very difficult for them to commit a crime. And then probably we would be having some kind of the grading about the crime. And later on, we will be going for, if we have to conduct the operation against this person, what kind of the operation we would like to do? What should be our preparation? How many men we need? So we, by the CDR and other analysis, we will identify his residence, we will identify his rendezvous point. So we will be knowing a number of the things. And if you listen in somewhere, I said कि everybody says that कि हर कुत्ता अपनी गली में शेर होता है. And then I made a comment कि हमें अपराधी को कुत्ते को कुत्ते की हैसियत से पकड़ना चाहिए. We must not catch him in when he is a lion or tiger in his own area, as it happened in case of the Vikas Dubey. So we can really wait in appropriate places when we know that he is likely to go, and we can catch him when he is weak. And when he is strong, and even if we want to really catch him in that strong position, probably we have to go with that kind of the preparation, so that it should not happen that our 8 personnel, they are losing their life, and even one gazetted officer is also losing life. So that kind of the scenario should never come. I have just elaborated beyond your problem statement, just to give you a larger picture. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
This is not though directly related with your project, but I just elaborated for the sake of bringing you little larger clarity. However, your focus will be, number one, in a normal case, building a database, and as and when we are getting input from scene of crime, when we are investigating a case, putting the database which is available or which we could create over the period of the time, to use the multiple strategy to cross-verify who is the person who has committed the crime, using the multiple attributes to identify associates, using multiple attributes to identify his vehicle, and if it is a stolen vehicle, using the multiple attribute to identify that stolen vehicle. So those kind of the things will be doable if we are having the strong database. So your job is to use the technology. Your job is to cut it into the appropriate pieces, and then let it go and sit in a database along with the date and time and that kind of stamp. And then our artificial intelligence, machine learning and deep learning may be used to draw patterns. And when we are drawing the patterns, we will be drawing patterns by mapping with the crime. So we would be knowing, we will be drawing certain kind of inferences. Like, if these people get together at this place, and that is an indication that they are going to commit a crime. So their what could be the facial expression they will be having, what kind of the dress they will be having, what kind of the accessories they would like to have carry with them, what kind of the vehicle they would like to use at that point of the time, and what is their modus operandi, that what will be the rendezvous point before launching any or attacking or committing a crime. And generally when somebody commit crime, they move out not as a together. They might move out as an individual person, and then they are where they will be meeting, especially when there's any emergency they have to encounter. So they are committing a crime and probably say the police has raised or there's a public uproar. So they will be running from there. So there are the pre-decided rendezvous point. And after they have committed crime, probably they would like to enjoy the fruit of crime. So even that when they are going at some place, how they really enjoy the booty of crime, how they distribute the booty of the crime, those kind of the details will be captured over the period of the time and would be available not only for the doing that face and kind of the expression, but drawing lot many other inferences. And this all the technology, which is a recognition technology, whether it is a face, whether it is explosion, whether it's a gate, whether it is cloth, whether it's a vehicle, whether it's a baggage, whether it's accessories, or BMI distribution, that will be put together to identify those attributes over the period of the time, and then they will be used in conjunction to identify criminals even when things are not that easy. It means many times they cover their face. So those kind of the scenario may be there, right? So you have very rightly explained. You have rightly explained about the technology which you are using. But here, my more stress is that a peacetime preparation, peacetime collection of the attributes, an attribute has to be collected in a very finer format. And this has to be understood because it is a data compilation in peacetime, which will be used for drawing various inferences for the investigation and detection, and more for prevention, because prevention is a bigger challenge. Detection is an easier thing. Detection, when you are having something and you have to just identify, and then wherever you are having some problem, or probably when you feel the technology is a little less reliable, it will reduce your database which has to be looked into. So even we can take our finding to some experts who can manually verify and can give a expert certificate also. So we need not to convince all that time the court that we have used this technology to identify. We will say, yes, we have used this technology and this is the certification of the technology. Then we have given the same data set to expert, and they have done their analysis. Their analysis is also available here. And we will be sending our details to the expert, making use of the technology, and probably we will be designing apps for them also, so that even experts could be helped, so that they can do the zoom in, can do some scanning or some kind of the things which they are supposed to do. So even expert can do the job almost in real time, and their expert opinion could be available to the investigating officer by the backtracking of the same information. So the same channel could be used for pulling it back, and that will, as you rightly said, that will be happening at a very phenomenal rate. There will be almost a very little time gap. It means whatever the expert technology is doing, whatever the manual experts are doing, that input would be available to the investigation officer, that too in a investigation lead format. And when we say investigation lead, I am here very much emphatic that it has to be a layman language which can be understood by police officer or by any non-technical layman person, including our community volunteer. Unless we understand these nuances, we will not be framing our solution accordingly. So here your challenge is not only to have the technology, but then identifying different things, getting in a database, drawing certain inferences from database even before commission of the crime. Then we are having the live stream, live data from scene of crime or neighboring CCTV system or neighboring IoT devices. And then these attributes which are already compiled in our database over period of the time, they can made to put into the use in conjunction. And when they will be used in conjunction, even when we might be facing some handicap with one particular attributes, but it will be supported by the other attributes. Hence, we will say with the definiteness that he is the person. And wherever we feel that defense lawyer may make use of some gaps, we will use experts so that their expert opinion will also be available over there. And when we feel that expert opinion or some expert is also not behaving properly, probably we can send it for the second expert for the cross verification, or maybe for the third expert for the cross verification. So even experts should know that he cannot help criminal. That kind of facility is not available to anybody, even to the expert also. Sometimes I really explain various aspects for the larger audience, number one. Number two, unless you understand the whole process, probably you will be failing in the designing database, because I understand that it is not only the capturing, storing in a database, having a date and time and stamp, and encryption. That will be a few things which you have to resort to, number one. Number two, then we have to draw artificial intelligence and deep learning and those kind of the things to identify that what does it indicate. So can we draw some inferences even without any input from crime, or even before a crime has been committed, and then we can use that information for dynamic and proactive deployment of the police or community, both.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Okay. Whether your presentation is over or you are having something to add?
No, sir. It's fine, sir. It's done.
It is done. Okay. So
Yes.
now, do you have any additional query or anything which you would like me to, Johanna, further elaborate? Any related or even some side queries you might be getting, because I have given some little larger elaboration to you. Whether you have understood the nuances which we are talking to, and whether you have
Yes,
understood
sir.
that how that expert would be integrated in this. So it is a technology, extraction of the attributes, going in a database, storing with the date and time and location stamp. Wherever is possible, we will try to have the 360-degree mapping. And wherever possible, we will try to have the frequency of the use and other kind of the things. And then we will try to use the AI to draw various inferences about that person, about that group, about that criminal, about their behavior. And when we talk that, where they assemble, how many people they go, what kind of the vehicle they are using, how they are dressed, what kind of the weapon or accessory they are carrying with them, that kind of the information might give us a little idea proactively that probably this gang is now going to commit some crime. And that information may be even used proactively when we want to arrest him also. So it will be used in a multiple way. It will be used whenever required for the investigation purpose. It will be used wherever possible for the preventive purpose. and it will be used for the investigative purpose as an investigation lead also. So these will be the three different areas where we would like to use it.
Sir, by the next interaction, we have to develop some application like criminals by taking into consideration the what are the attributes you have said. That's it, sir.
Deepika ji, would you like to ask anything?
Yes, sir. By the next interaction, we have to develop some
Your voice
application
is not
which
being
has to
heard by
identify
me.
the criminals.
So somebody may repeat it. I am getting this problem with many times.
Sir, now is it okay, sir? Now is it audible, sir?
Not audible. Whether anybody else can listen, Deepika ji?
Sir, ma'am is asking that by the next interaction, do we have to develop an application based on the features which you just described right now?
Yeah,
Attributes,
we
he
have to
said many
develop
attributes,
application. We have to develop a backend tool, and basically, we have to really divide our work in two parts. Number one, backend service, so that as and when we have to repeat this for the something else, we can use this technology for the repeat purpose. And as we explain, this will be the application as well. So it will be serving dual purpose.
Okay, sir.
And I would like to say that you people should be very keenly watching Smart India Hackathon, because each of the this attribute which we are talking, we have given as a problem statement. So you should be smart enough that what Smart India Hackathon is doing, and take the ideas from there for the integration purpose. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So okay. दीपिका जी की बात मुझे मालूम, आई डोंट नो if you feel that we have completed our discussion, then we can close it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now I can hear.
Yes, guys, you have any doubts, ma'am? Yes, Jishan, is it okay?
Yes, ma'am. From my side, it's fine.
What about remaining Isha, Srikanth, and Dinesh?
This point, have you understood that these technology, they have been given as a challenge in a Smart India Hackathon 2020 also. So
Yes, sir.
their
Yes, sir.
work will be add to you. So you can adopt it and improve it. Number one. Number two, you can because the integration part would be there, because now we are not talking of in isolation. We are talking those attributes will be put together in a database, and data analytics will be one of the very important part of you. And the second important part would be, that is the distributed intelligence, when you are tasking CCTV and IoT devices, especially for the preventive purpose. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that will be a very, very, very important task which you have to really take care of it. So if there's no other question, I wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Literature survey, you will be as a word of advice that you will be keenly watching Smart India Hackathon 2020, because now it is only say few days around. So whatever they have done, that should not be out of your focus. That you have to immediately pick up. That will become a tool to you. And then moving on to database, data compilation, then having AI tools to draw different say inferences, and above all, creating a task for the node so that node can verify. And then we have to say that what kind of the computing we will be requiring, and then how that computing we will be addressing. So whether we will be taking records of the analytical power available in cloud computing, those kind of the technical things has to be deliberated, and we have to thresh out for the decision making. And if we feel that we are lacking somewhere, then we can really call upon some experts, or we can have some kind of a webinar where we will present our concept, and then we will invite their views also, because ultimately we have to refine our solution. Our solution has to be infallible, it has to be holistic, it has to be deliverable, and that should be acceptable in court of law. So whenever we are having the issues with the court of law, we have to go for the third party auditing. We have to go for the validation, even if required, then we can go for the ISO certification. And then wherever is required, we will use expert in conjunction with the technology. So we will not be replacing the experts. We will be taking help of the expert to corroborate that our inferences are always right. So that kind of approach we will be having in time to come. Is that fine? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Isa, you want to ask something?
Yes, sir. Actually, in our problem statement, sir, there is something given related to criminal clusters and hotspots, sir.
Yeah.
What exactly is it, sir? Is it the crime intensity in a place, or?
Sir, you are not visible to everyone, sir.
I will explain that part. Hello.
Sir, you're not visible to everyone.
Maybe
Could you please check
technical
your camera
problem.
once?
Okay. Just a minute. It means I have to go out and then I will come back, right?
Yes, sir.
That is, I think, only the way. So I have to quickly go out, and I will.
Ma'am, could you all see, sir? This time, for the last 5 minutes, could you all see, sir?
No.
No, right? Oh, you might have some connection issues. He'll rejoin soon. Yeah, sir is joined. I'm adding him. Just a second.
So now I am visible, right? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Fair enough. So you were asking the question about hotspot. You are talking, or you are asking about the criminal cluster. So criminal cluster means when the n number of the criminals, they are living at a one place. Those points are those places are called criminal cluster. Or hotspot means where more number of the crimes are taking place. That is called the hotspot. So historical database will be used, because historical database will give us the detail about the hotspot. Historical database will give us the detail about criminal clusters. So we will have little more number of CCTV system and IoT devices, both at the criminal cluster as well as closer to the hotspot, so that anybody is trying to commit crime, even if we cannot catch hold of him at that directly committing crime, at least his ingress and egress route will be covered. So that analysis will be from the historical database. Isa, your point is clear to you?
Yes, sir. So basically, given an historical database, we have to make an algorithm which shows the hotspots and criminal clusters. Is that it, sir?
I think you can do that. That will be good. But otherwise, my expectations were a little less. But that's absolutely fine if you want to do it as an additional thing, because that is absolutely doable. Once once you are identify their residence and once you have identified the place where the crime has been committed, so then making a cluster will be just question of giving a kind of an algorithm to identify that. Say if more than 3 offences has been committed, we will say it is a hot spot. So whatever that direction we will be, or whatever that numerical value we will be assigning, or when we will talk to a criminal cluster, we may not talk in a uniform way. We can say A, B, C. So if say 100 criminals are residing, it's a site. If say 50 criminals are residing, it's a B site. Even if the 10 or more are residing, it's a C site. So even, and we can even have the color code also to show that. So that even pictorially also the system will know where to give more focus. Similarly, about the hot spot also, we can even give that numerical variable figure so that we can know that hot spots are differently identified. It means it is a bigger hot spot, it is a relatively medium type hot spot, and it is a smaller hot spot, depending upon the number of crime committed in that particular area. Isa, have I answered your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I would like you to suggest algorithm in your, I mean, that is perfectly fine, no issue. But you have to be comfortable, because that will be one of the also important job, because then you will be putting these CCTV cameras and other cameras around these places, because there will be 3 focus areas. Number 1, where crime is committing, that is the hot spots. The second, where the criminal is or criminals are residing. Number 2, how they are traveling from their criminal cluster to commit the crime, and obviously they will be going in the hot spot areas to commit crime. So identifying the route, identifying the vehicle, identifying associates, identifying timing, these will be the other things which we will be doing, and this we can get even from the CDR and other things also. But we would like to capture video clips also. So we will be having a number of notes in between, so that in addition of the CDR, we would be in position to capture images from the CCTV system and IoT systems. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So I have given you full picture now. Your question was limited to the technology alone. So I said, yes, go ahead. Then I explained that categorization of both the clusters as well as hotspots. And then we have talked about the route also. And then we have talked about the nodes in between. And I will be happy if you can develop the algorithm to identify the gaps. Because if the criminal is using some bypass or some gullies, and he is effectively in position to bypass our CCTV system, then we can use some algorithm to identify which are our weak points, where we need to have more number of the CCTVs or IoT devices to fill that gap. And since we will be providing a revenue stream to the person, those who will be direct as a contributing as a volunteer, or even contributing as a devices. So if any information is being captured by a particular device, the owner will get a revenue stream. So because the person is getting a revenue stream, there will be a competitive spirit that people will compete that this node should be available to them. So we will indicate where we want to have nodes, and if this analysis is done, then we will tell, so that they should not put the node where they like. We would like them to put their device, we would like to put their CCTV system, we would like to put their IoT devices where we feel it will serve our purpose.
Okay, sir.
Generally, in police, they have deployed majority of nodes so far either keeping traffic in mind or law and order in mind. Now we will be going for the third dimension: crime, criminals, hotspots, and route in mind. We will be identifying where we would like to have the nodes. And in a normal course, majority of the nodes, they are owned by government. Here we would like to go for the triple P model, right?
Sir, one of my teammates, he wasn't able to connect. He had a question for you, sir. Dinesh,
Please.
he lost connection. He wanted to ask if we have to create a web page and give it to the official so that they enter details such as the evidence and stuff.
We would not like that to be.
Okay, sir.
Basically, we would like them to use the app to give talk to us, right?
Okay, sir.
And app, whatever they want, they are asking, even that will go in database. We will provide them that investigation lead and answer to them. So it will be something like that, right? But we would not like them through the desktop. We would like them through the app. And in more, we will be tasking them rather than they are asking us, right? But yes, it has to be two-way flow. When we could generate some lead, then we will push it to them and along with the compliance module. But if from the ground they are having certain query, they can put the query to us. We should be in position to handle that query and give them the again investigation lead. And when we will create an investigation lead, we will create a proper document, and we will try to make that document which should be admissible in court of law. So system has given this lead. This should be also be evidence.
Understood, sir.
So there's something called the evidence will be captured in compliance of our lead, but the lead was given by the system. That will also be one of the evidence that the system has given this lead, and in connection with that lead, we could capture this evidence, and that whatever the evidence they will be capturing, that will be it will flow back to us. We will put it into the database. We will package it for code, and if the CCTNS is also having the related database, then probably part of the database may go to the CCTNS if they are maintaining that kind of the database. But our database will be different than the CCTNS database, and our database will be owned by the National Authority for Scientific and Technical Assistance, which we have conceived. There will be having the national body, and then there will be state body. So this will be the different body, and this body will be somewhere will be guaranteeing right to privacy to the public.
Yes, thank you, sir. That's all from us, I guess. You've cleared almost
So
all
with
of
this,
the
let's close this, and this will be one of the very you rightly use Anveshan Yantra. So your yantra will be very, very important for police. It will be very, very important for everybody, and it will be important for the public at large, because they will be getting revenue stream out of it. So everybody will be interested in your yantras, not only police, not only victim, but even society at large would be interested, because they will be getting revenue stream out of it. And with this, let's close this discussion. And
Thank you for your time, sir.
And I wish
Thank
you all
you,
the best for a smart literature survey.
Thank you, sir.
And then we will be again meeting with the final concept note.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right. Namaskar.
Namaskar.
All the best to you, all of you, and especially Deepika ji for guiding them properly. Right.
Thank you. It's all their support also, sir. They are supporting me, sir. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir.